Beastly Tales. The third portion of the story is about Bigfoot. Hmm. No snow, no snow. It just seems like if it's in the mountains. So I'm thinking this is where Bigfoot is found, in the mountains. Here's a map. So I'm thinking it's found in the United States of America and Canada in the Rocky Mountains. Well, let's read to find out. Albert Ostman was expecting a quiet time when he headed into a forest near Vancouver, Canada for a camping trip in 1924. One night, though, he noticed that something had been searching through his back. He thought it was a porcupine or a bear, but it turned out to be neither. Room to hide. Forests cover around 340,000 square miles, 888,000 square kilometers of the Pacific Northwest. In the middle of the night, Albert woke with a jolt. Someone or something was lifting him up inside his sleeping bag. Albert was trapped. For hours, he was bumped and bounced around as something carried him over rough ground. When daylight came, Albert got a look at his captor, and it wasn't alone. It wasn't alone. I guess he saw his family. That'd be scary. Bigfoot. Albert Osman was expecting a quiet time when he headed. Oh, I copied that one twice. Sorry. Four huge hairy beasts, three adults and a child, surrounded him. They looked half ape and half human. To Albert's relief, they did not hurt him. They would not let him leave. Imagine if you found yourself around four of these strange looking beasts. What would you do? Would you scream or would you become to try? Would you try to become their friend? For 6 days, he was their prisoner. And one day, the oldest male ate some tobacco from Albert's pack and soon became ill. As he rolled on the ground in pain, Albert made his escape. Lucky for him that they ate something they should not have eaten. I guess they're not very smart creatures, are they? Back in Vancouver, locals told Albert that his captors were big feet. These mysterious creatures have been sighted thousands of times in the forests of the Pacific Northwest. Albert Ostman, photographed 33 years after his capture. A Bigfoot is said to look similar to a Yeti, although it could be even bigger. Some people have reported seeing big feet that were 8 feet, 2.5 meters tall. The creatures are covered in hair and have flat faces, short necks, and wide shoulders. Bigfoot's many names. Native Americans have told stories of Big Feet for centuries. Different tribes give the creature different names, such as Sasquatch or Omaha. Hmm, there's a mold of a body of Bigfoot's foot and a person's foot. Comparing a possible Bigfoot footprint left with an adult man's foot right shows how the creature got its name. Usually, a man's foot or a woman's foot is up to about 9 inches. Those are inches. This one is up to 15. It's a little past 14, so I'm thinking that's 15. Almost double the size. A Bigfoot has never been caught, dead or alive. But in 1967, two California men claimed that they captured one on film. According to Roger Patterson, he and a friend set off on horseback to find a Bigfoot. Armed with a movie camera, they went searching in an area where there had already been some sightings. These are all pictures of what they think they saw. These four photographs are from the actual film shot by Roger Patterson. They were riding alongside a stream when they rounded a corner and saw a Bigfoot by the water's edge. Roger's horse reared up, throwing Roger to the ground. He jumped up and began filming. The Bigfoot ran toward the forest. Roger ran after it, filming the whole time. Some scientists thought the film was a fake, but they couldn't prove it. Why couldn't they prove it? They were pictures of someone out in the wilderness where very few people are actually seen. How could they say that it's not true? It's up to you, I guess. Up to you, up to myself, up to everyone around there. Do they believe in mysterious things? Or do they just say, no, it's impossible? Many things are impossible to man, but nature? Oh no, nature is beautiful. Experts in the US and Russia studied the way the Bigfoot moved. They decided that it would be very difficult for anyone in a fur suit to run in such a natural way. Roger had made plaster casts of the Bigfoot's footprints. The casts showed that the creature's feet were 14.5 inches, 37 centimeters long. Each foot had 5 toes, like a human foot, but the sole of the foot was much flatter. Roger Patterson holding the plaster casts of the Bigfoot's footprints. Bigfoot food. Judging from eyewitness stories, it seems that Bigfoot eat mainly plants, but they have also been spotted eating fish and small animals, such as marmots. That looks like a rat. The same year, logger Glenn Thomas claims he saw 3 big feet farther north in Oregon State. The largest one was moving a pile of huge rocks. Finally, it reached a nest of marmots from behind the trees. Glenn watched the Bigfoot eat the animals one by one. Later, the investigators found that the rocks had been removed recently and that marmots did nest in that area. Glenn Thomas on the rocks where he saw the Bigfoot. And that looks like a freakish looking one there. Wild one. Since then, more and more people have produced evidence of big feet. In 1995, a Forest Patrol officer in Washington state claimed that he heard splashes and turned around to see a Bigfoot looking straight at him. One of the photographs taken by a Forest Patrol officer in 1995. That's recent. No, not too recent. About 25 years ago. Bigfoot fakes. Some people have dressed up in Bigfoot suits as a joke or to sell pictures for newspapers. However, the fact that one story is false does not mean that they all are. Disbelieve, I guess. Luckily, he had a camera with him and was able to take clear photographs. Experts argue about whether or not the photographs are real. No one has collected absolute proof that Bigfoot exists, but the evidence seems overwhelming. Tape recordings show they grunt, whistle, roar, bark, and howl. Thousands of footprints have been found in mud, sand, and snow. What should we do next? Some people think we should trap or shoot one. Others say we should leave them alone. What do you think? Hmm. What do you think? Should we trap them or should we just leave them alone? Too many of our beautiful creatures in nature that we find, we capture them and we put them in a zoo and they die sooner than what they usually do if they're in nature. Some animals were not meant to be in captivity. We should just leave them alone.